Welcome to Wilson's World. It's a week later. I've been testing the Apple Watch Series 3 for a week, specifically the LTE function. Now, I discovered a few things. One thing is that this watch band is extremely comfortable. It's the most comfortable band that I've worn. I think it's in part because you can adjust it exactly, and a little bit of stretchiness kind of just hugs your wrist. Now, the watch, I decided to test it one day without the phone. I essentially put the phone in airplane mode, let it connect to LTE, and then I carried it about my day. That day, I used it for exercising for an hour. Now, to me, it's important to exercise for an hour, to test it that way, because when you exercise, it monitors your heart rate, and when it does that, it uses up some of the battery life. So that's pretty typical for a person to exercise for an hour. So for me, I like to run outdoors, bike, swim. So that was one of the main reasons I bought it, because with the phone, I'd have to put it in an arm strap, put it on my arm, and then get sweaty, chafed, especially during the summer. So if I could just ditch the phone, use the watch, play music off of it, exercise for an hour, and carry about my day, that's ideal. So that particular day I was talking about is, like I said, I put the phone in airplane mode, went with the watch. I had preloaded music. You can't stream to it yet, which I'll test that later, but I preloaded some music on there. Went out for a run for an hour, used Bluetooth headphones. Now the headphones I used were from Best Buy. They're not the Apple little earbuds, the wireless ones. So with those, since they're lower Bluetooth power, I'm thinking you'll probably get better battery life if you use all Apple devices, which makes sense because they have the same wireless chip. So for me, I used it one day, and I discovered that initially my email would not sync, so that was kind of weird. Maybe it was some initial configuration issue. Some apps wouldn't load at all, like Instagram would not load at all, and Facebook Messenger had some issues, but that's an old issue where it gets stuck and you have to use the phone to kind of unlock the Messenger. That's not really the Apple Watch's fault, but nevertheless, I was not able to communicate because the Facebook was locked up, so that may be a consideration, but Facebook really needs to fix that. But like I said, I exercise for an hour, use it occasionally to talk. The call quality is very good. People could hear me clearly. And at the end of the day, typical day, I had about 15% left around 11 p.m. at night. So keep that in mind. You're not gonna live just off the watch unless you just don't talk at all and don't exercise, really. But what it is for is you can ditch the phone periodically. You go work out, not worry about the phone. If you're gonna go to a concert, go to a concert for an hour, not worried about dropping your phone or having somebody lift it off of you. It's great, it's for that. Of course, during a normal day, when you have your phone on you, it's not gonna be connecting to a cellular. It'll automatically connect to the phone using low power Bluetooth. So the battery life will last a lot longer, probably 2 days if you always have your phone around you. And then if you leave it occasionally for an hour and come back, you should have about probably 50% at the end of the day. So like I said, worst case is if you don't have your phone on you the whole day and you can get by with your watch for a day. So that's excellent. Keep in mind that the watch counts as another internet device at least on AT&T's shared family plan. So it's gonna cost an additional $10 to have the watch on there. But the good thing is that the watch shares the same phone number as the phone that it's paired with. So if somebody calls you and you only have your watch, it will ring. They don't need a special number. So there you go. That was my quick review, a week into it, of using the LTE watch. This is the biggest upgrade it could make. Keep in mind the watch is still a companion to your phone. In fact, you can't use the watch without a phone. So it's still tethered to the phone, just has a little bit more freedom, and that's enough for me. As usual, comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks.